2 is crazy.
2 is perfect for that height. 2 or nah? Nah or 2? 2. What if I just start digging your nose?
What?
Bring your head here, boy. What's that dude name? Bring your head here, boy.
Oh, DC Young Fly.
DC Young Fly. Bring your head ass nigga. Oh my God. Come on, man. Alright. All jokes aside, let's give him a 2. See how that hair falls? It's like no other. Falls like no other. I ain't even did nothing to his hair, bro. I just washed it. But I'm gonna keep it this length because like he want waves, and I think 1.5 is like a little bit too low. Even though you're really supposed to start waves with a 1.5, like a 1.5 with the grain, and just brush it in. But he don't want it that low. And I think like waves with like higher hair looks better. I don't have waves. My hair is a freak of nature. But we're gonna give him a 2 because this is a good length, I think. Yeah, we'll give him a 2. I am gonna take a 1.5 around the sides though. So I'm gonna hit him with a 2 up top first because this is just gonna be a taper. This is gonna be a taper with yeah, it's just gonna be a taper with a 2. But like I said, I'm gonna put a 1.5 on the sides and put a 2 on the top, just to get the taper to blend perfectly. It'll be like a transition down from like the 2 on down to a 1.5 into a taper. Because honestly, when you're doing a taper, man, like here should be like lighter up in these areas, especially when doing a haircut like this. You kind of want, like, you don't just want to taper here. You kind of want the taper to flow from, you know what I'm saying? So all this right here should be light and just flows down into it. So, and you don't want your taper to be blunt, man. I don't like tapers that look blunt. Everybody do their thing differently anyway, so I can't really knock out people do their thing. Everyone do it differently. You shouldn't have that blunt look. While I kind of want to hit the top with a 1.5, he don't want it any lower than this, and I think it's a good length. See how white his hair is? It's just because I just washed it. Alright, so this is a 1.5, and it's my chip tooth 1.5. If y'all watch my videos before, y'all see me talk about the same blade right here, my chip tooth, right? See it? This blade right here is one of the best blades I ever had in my life. I have numerous 1.5. I have like 4 1.5s, bro. But I keep using this one. Why? Because it just, for some reason, it cuts like butter, bro. But why fix it if it ain't broke? Well, it is, bro. So we ain't gonna fix something that's broken because it still works perfectly. One of the best blades I ever had in my life. So, 1.5. For some reason, it's just sharper than every 1.5 that I ever used. And even brand new ones. And it's all because it's broken in. I have this 1.5 maybe for like 15 years, bro. Yeah, when I first started cutting here, I had this 1.5, and one of the best blades I ever had in my life. Tooth chip, still using it. Cuts like butter, bro. See how I go through this? So I'm pretty much just taking these, taking the sides down a little bit. See, and it's still not taking a lot off because the size is already pretty low, but it's just blending it perfectly. From like, see that it falls off up in here, picks up where the tooth, you know, left off perfectly. Blend it right down. Okay. So all this weighted area up in here, the 1.5 blends it right down. And I'm not going up in here. This is 2. That's a 2 up there. But as I hit it with the 1.5 very lightly, right? See that? So now I'm preparing the area where boom, 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 taking it down. See that? And around the front, right here, around the front, his hair is white. Don't watch. I just washed his hair. So I just lightly in the front. See? Boom, with the 1.5. I'm not going up in there though. Just lightly knocking the weight off the front with the 1.5. Because the line is like here. So it's a little like a little flick and curvature going right here in the front because of this wave pattern right here. So it is kind of flicking up. So I'm just using the 1.5 to lay it down. See that? See that? See it? Just to lay it down. That's pretty much all I'm doing. So when I go to shape it up, we'll have that. And he just pretty much needs to just brush it in. Brushing is waves around these areas. Boom. Boom. Get the weight out. Just get the weight down from in these areas. Eventually I'm gonna go up in it though, you know, with like the 3.5. Because for some reason I find that the type of hair that he has, it works better for me to cut it with these. It works better. And yeah, this is my modification right here. I just took this piece off right here because it's just like when you cut your clipper. When you cut it, let it breathe. So this is not broken. I took this off. It's here and there, but I did just easily brush out. See this area right here? Up in here? I could hit that with the 1.5 right around this area, but very lightly. See? Look away. See that? Very lightly. Touch it. And clean it. See? I'm not going up in here. That's where the 2 at. So now, to kick this taper off, what I'm gonna do is, you see how he light right here? Don't worry about none of that. I'm just gonna give them that boom. Clean that right there. Hit it with the shaver. Clean it up a little bit more. Clean it up a little bit more. I'm not gonna follow no steps where I clean here and I go up and do the next step and the next step and the next. I don't take like that. A lot of people do. I mean, everybody have their own preference as to how to do things. So what I'm gonna do, it's just 3.5, right? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take this weight off right here, right? I'm going up in it, and boom. See that? So already, you can see, I don't even need to go up in here, right? I just need to tape from here to here. But I am gonna take some off the back right here. And this is the 3.5 I'm using. I'm gonna take a little bit from around the ears, because I kind of want back here to be a little lighter, right? And boom, go up in there with the 3.5. You see that? So right there, it's great. Right. Take a little bit off from behind the ears. You don't want that weight. I am gonna take all this down right here, though. But we'll get there. We'll get there. And I may have to use like, because this is the biggest not clip, but like this is the biggest metal guard I have. So I might have to use like the 4 or the 3 with the plastic guard to take this down right here. Take some of this weight off right here. But anyway, this is where we at right now. So, boom. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna switch the comb, because like I said, I got these from Babyliss, and I don't know what to make of them. I said that on the last video. I don't know what to make of these. They're not sharp enough, for one. So I'm gonna I do like them though, but they're not good for tapering. So let's pull out my bitch, which is this. See him? It's my boy right here. Sharp. Right? What you laughing at, bro? What's wrong with you, man? Use the back of the comb here. Lift up some of this right here, right? And knock off just a little bit, because I want a little bit of that weight to come off. See? Knock off a little bit. And a little bit of that weight off. And right there. And I'll take a little bit from right here also. Just get some of that weight off. And that's perfect right there. You see it? So now we have the dark area right here, and now we have a gradual blend coming down. This is the cleanup, right? This is the cleanup. So I have that right there with the 3.5. I usually take that weight right down. So now we're gonna hit it with the 2, right? And we're gonna take a little bit more off, but we're not going up in here. Combine the ears, and we're gonna knock it with the 2. That. Knock it down with the 2. And we also trying to stay away from here. We want this area right here to stay dark. We want that dark. Come around the ears a little bit and knock a little bit of this down right here. Take a little bit of that down from behind the ears. And staying here. This is where we at, right here. And staying low. See that? Boom. Back with a chip tooth 1.5. See? And these are the XL 2-speed, by the way. With the ears, gradually cleaning this up. Mine, because I'm talking and yapping off and doing this slow for you, this would have been done if I wasn't doing all this yapping off. I'd have been done this like 10 minutes ago. I'm just showing you how this is how I taper. Not all the time, but just one of my methods that I use. See this? So it's like a backwards taper, just like I do backwards fades. I fade backwards also. I fade from the top down. I fade from the bottom up. It depends on how I feel on that particular fade or haircut. I decide what direction to go with it. So see that? Clean a little bit more with the 1.5. Right, gradually cleaning it. 1/8. Not 1/8, 1A. See that big fat A? 1A. Alright, now watch this. Grab the ears. Each time we'll do it, we're going a little bit behind the ears. So we'll put the ears down. We're going a little bit behind the ears. Right? Just a little bit. We're not coming, we don't want this right here bald. We don't want that. That's when you mess the taper up. When behind right here is bald. You don't want that. Unless they got a piece of meat here. So, flick it down. We're staying away from here. We over here. Alright? And we're staying away from here also. We're in this area. This area right here. We're in here. So, boom. We're using the corner, by the way. See that? We're using the corner. And we're getting that out of there. Backwards taper, bro. See? Now we're gonna take the 1.5 again and clean that up a little bit right here. Use a corner. Using a corner. Get some of that weight right there from. Get some of that weight. Clear that dark area right there. And take that dark area out. And always comb. Always comb or use a brush. I like using the brush, but I have a comb in my hand right now, so I'm using that. Alright. So this area right here is still a little dark, but I'll address that later on. So you can still see it. I'll address that later on. Let me just try to. Okay. Ladybug. So now, 1. We're gonna take this line out right here now. We're gonna start to take this little weight line out right there. That's it. Down there with the 1. And we're using only the corner. You see the corner? You see the corner? We're using the corner. That's it. We can even do this. We're just using the corner. Nothing else. That's it. Coming together. Oh. Take that 1.5 back there, back on there. Take this little piece off right there. And right there. This is closed, by the way. Just gonna go ahead and knock these down right here. Open it a little bit. That line out. That's what we're trying to get out. We're trying to knock this line out right here. You see that? Also, you could stretch the skin like this, but I don't advise doing that. This is for like professionals, bro. You stretch the skin. Because then you'll go up so much that you don't realize how far up you're going. And then when you let it go, you're going too far up. And now your taper is screwed. Stay low. Stay low. And get that line out. Close it. Get that line out. See that taper, bro? Get all these weighted area. Get them out of there. Just play with it, you know what I'm saying? Play with it. $1.16. Dirty area. Watch this. Corner. Corner. Alright, so we're gonna leave that for now. That it's out of there. Pull over this down. Some of this weight. Take that weight down. See that? Down, put back with the 2. Go up in there. Don't be afraid of this thing, man. The camera is shaking. Don't be afraid to go up in there. Take it with the 1.5. Why do I feel like the autofocus is like destroying this video, bro? See that?
You can't turn it off. You can't turn that off.
I don't know. Coming with the 1A. Turn this off. Coming with the 1A. Lightly in the corners. Boom. Smack it with the 1. Now we're in there with the 1 closed. Open. Go up in there a little bit. Don't be afraid of it, man. You can only mess up. And then try again. Dust yourself off, try again. Don't you sound like a bitch? First, I'm gonna try with the 4, right? Because I'm knocking this down right here. Knocking this down right here, preparing for this taper in the back. So all this weight right here, I want down. So I'm gonna go ahead and knock some of it down. Yeah, knock it down a little bit. Not a lot, just a little bit. Just a little bit. See that? Knock it down. Come right here, knock it down. Not a lot coming off. See? Knock it on down. Knock it on down. Knock it way down. Go up in there. Splat, splat, boom. See that? Clipper jacked them up. See that well? Clipper sharp. My clippers is too sharp. Gotta adjust that. You got some haircuts, bro. That's easy. And you got some hair that's like friggin' nightmare. Right? If you're not if you a barber and you don't have patience, bro, you're gonna jack this haircut up right here. How I know? I've been cutting this hair since this dude been getting haircuts. How I know? Because he's my kid. This is my 14-year-old kid. He's getting the haircut, bro. This is my kid. This is my own kid. Here. See him? It's my boy. It's my firstborn baby. So I know how his hair is. I know it. And I'm telling you, not saying, you just gotta have patience with this type of hair, bro. Because I done gave this dude all different types of hairstyles, haircuts, mohawks, high tops, you name it, he done had it. He's like my test dummy, bro. Right? I done gave him like every haircut there is in the book, bro. He done had them. From braids that I didn't do, to skin fades, to taper, he done had them all. And if you're not patient with this type of hair, bro, it's easy, you can jack it up. See this area here? I'm gonna use a thinning shear and clump in here and take some of this down. All right. So, boom. I like to make that V right there. I don't have to, but I find that if I do that right there, I hope this camera is focusing, man. I find that if I make the V right there, like a upside down V, or whatever you want to call it, bro, then, I'll keep the sides here where I put the line. I don't go too much up in there, and I get the taper, So, and I don't have to go this way. I don't have to take this route. This is just how I cut his hair. I'm gonna go up in there with a 3.5 now. What you doing? What you doing? I'm going up with a 3.5 now. Right? To get that out of there. See that? Get some of that out. This is just the way I cut his hair. Because I prefer to do it this way, and I prefer to cut his hair with these metal guards. Right? Because I find that on his type of hair, or just his head, when I use the plastic guards, it leaves like a comb streak. It's just not even. It just don't blend even. It leaves like a, and then I go to war at it to get them out. It leaves like comb patterns. It's just they're just too wide. You know what I'm saying? It's just too wide, too far apart on his type of hair. For some reason, it just leaves that streak. So the way I fix that is I use these. And like I said, because this is my kid, I know if this is some random stranger, I would probably figure it out also. Not probably, I would figure it out because that's what I do. But this is just what works for him on his type of hair. Get my tube and go up on it. Take that tube and go up on it. He got this dip right here, so I got to go in there with a corner like this. In Jamaica, we'll call this dampi coddy. Dampi coddy. That's what we call this. Dampi coddy. Yeah. Dampi coddy. Damn Picotti. I don't know what it means. I have no idea what it means. All I know that's what we call it. Damn Picotti. Keep it down. So yeah, man. Open it. Push on it in there. Alright. Get my 1.5. What's it done? Take my 1.5 and go up some more in it. Use the corners. Go up in it. Just like I said, up in this area here, I use the corners. Get up in there because you got that dip. Go up in that damn Picotti. Yep. And I know people will be like, why you ain't just follow the steps and go up one step at a time, blah, 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 yada, 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 yada. This is what works for me. If you have something that works for you, bro, you know what I'm saying? Go all in the paint with it. Drive traffic to that sucker. It's working. Watch this. If you have a system that's working for you, bro, what you supposed to do with it? You take it and you scale it. Simple. Simple math, bro. You take it and you scale it. Boom. You're in business. Okay, like, shut your ass up, Dad, and hurry up. Shut up, hurry up. Get out the chair. Talk too much, yapping off. You're just yapping off. Yapping off at the knife. You're yapping off at the knife. Hog knife. Watch this. Hit that. See all these dark areas right here? See? All these dark areas right here. See that? That's how I make the light quicker. All these dark little one drop areas. One spot. Key code. Boom. Move forward. And hold at the bottom. See how he got some waves now? See that? All I did was wash it and brush it so it could start his waves. Put a little bit of spritz on it and just brush it, lay it down. Just a little bit of spritz. Wash it, brush it, lay it down a little bit. Keeping them out. And keep it low. Nice. Keep it low. Let's check that line, make sure it's straight. Come up in here. Here's him with the blade. Right there. Get up.